Good afternoon. This video is for our neighbor to the south, the great people of Israel. As Israel is the leader of the Fertile Crescent, you are the oldest people in this area. You are in this area from 5,890 years ago. So you are the essential of this earth, of this area. It means this area, the Fertile Crescent, belong to you. From here, please give me the opportunity to tell you something very important, how I see and how I feel in the area. Majority of the area, yes, are with you. And they believe you are the owner and the leaders of the Fertile Crescent. Let to give you an example. Before the example, the regime of Hafez al-Assad in Syria push every day that Israel is the enemy of the population. It was a big mistake from the regime of the terrorist gangster bandit Hafez al-Assad. On the other side, the terrorist regime of Iran, they make a slogan for all the new generation of the Islam in the area, the death for America, and the death for Israel. It means the death for the people of America and the people of Israel. And they put the two flags on the floor of United States of America and the state of Israel and say to everybody, walk in this, especially in the building parliament of Iran. This hate made by the terrorist regime of Iran for all the new generation who come. But let me to explain for you Lebanon, for example. Of course, the Christian and the Christianism in the Fertile Crescent, leader by the Christian of Lebanon, was 100% with Israel and love the Israeli people. Bashir Gemayel, when the Israeli army come to Beirut and put the PLO with armament out of Lebanon, it was the big gift from Israel to Lebanese people. And they said, alert to the regime of Assad, if you move 1 centime, we continue in you. So Bashir Gemayel, he makes a big mistake by all this entourage because the oil at time was $34 and all the cash of the world like now is in Arab oil country. So he was afraid that the Arabs of oil will be angry. So he lost his best beating, bed. With you, please. I play lotto. I beat. Bet. He lost his bet by mistake. His brother, Amin Gemayel, Secretary of Defense, I hope he will be in heaven in some paradise, came Ariel Sharon, who saved Lebanon from the PLO armament. Nobody can do it except Israel's gift to the Lebanese people. And I'm sorry for my English broken. And he said to Amin Gemayel, we have agreement with your brother who was assassination by the terrorist regime of Assad in Syria. He don't say by his mouth, by the terrorist regime of Assad. He said, I continue in my English, that was assassination by Assad regime. And of course, the decision is Hafez al-Assad personnel. And all the assassination in Lebanon, I speak, leaders, Lebanese in politics, a decision by Hafez al-Assad personally. The execution by the service secret, and used some Lebanese to do it. He said, I agree, I continue with this. He looked at him and he said to him, Mr. Gemayel, you said you agree in this agreement? He said, yes. He said, tomorrow you will be president of Lebanon. He said, there are President Kamil Shamoun who want to run. He said, if the only man who say to us, thank you, what we do for Lebanon, this big gift. I'm going to him, he will go out from to run, and you will be president the second day. He was elected president, Amin Gemayel, and he makes a big mistake in his life for Lebanon. And the two big mistakes too, he nomination one small agent for everything for him, because for himself, money and the power, the chief of the army named Michel Aoun. And he brings someone named Abdullah Abu Habib, small agents for his arrivist to be ambassador in Washington, when he was not study as economist from big university in United States, from mid university. And now he is, because he is like Michel Aoun, he is Secretary of State. Who can believe? For that, all the Christianism in Middle East, they know very, very well that, and they don't say all thank you for you. They know it was a big mistake. But now, by all the hate make by Assad regime and by Iranian regime, the terrorist Iranian, Assad and Iran, and all the militia presided by the terrorist gangster bandit Hezbollah. I ask the people of Israel, who are our neighbor to the south, to believe me, because I'm sincere what I'm talking. I'm very sincere what I'm talking. No, the majority of the Lebanese people are and believe that you are the leader. Israel is the leader of the Fertile Crescent. But they need your help. They need the help of the Israeli people by protection. Because any word they talk about Israel, they accuse them. Because they continue, Hassan Nasrallah and all these people with him who bought their conscience by money, by the power. Sure, 100% that Michel Aoun nomination by them and Taha and Najib Miati, they use the liar. If they saw one Israeli, they said, we love you. But it's not true. They made by the terrorist regime of Assad by these billions of dollars from the public money and the people, Lebanese people, money in Lebanon. The two, they work for the terrorist regime of Assad family, Miqati brother and Michel Aoun. And they are part of the terrorist regime of Iran, Syria, Hezbollah. Not all the Lebanese, the majority Lebanese, they believe that Israel is the leader of the Fertile Crescent. And they believe and they love the Israeli people, our neighbor to the south. They need help in protection from America and from Israel. You are the leader of the Fertile Crescent. You are the owner of all the Fertile. It's your lands. It's your lands. And look, the Lebanese people, they need you. They need you in medicament. They need you in education. They need you in agriculture, in clean water. Look your agriculture, look your clean water, you make your fruit and your vegetable. Your agriculture is the best in the earth. Really, it's your area. I believe, Israeli people, we need your help in the Fertile Crescent. Anything you ask us, we, Syrian, Iraqi, and Lebanese people, we are ready to do. We are ready to quiet this game. We want, really we want, to teach our generation not the hate, to learn Hebrew, your language. As we speak Arabic, English, and French, we want to speak and writing Hebrew and read Hebrew. Our children, the new generation, when me, I don't have children, they want to go to your university to study. We are your market. We come to this area, they are only you in this area. And we learn from you, your civilization and your culture. By all the years, we are a part of you. Hate, we cannot continue like this. We want to speak your wonderful language. We want to ask you to make Israeli Central Command that all our army and all our security, police and everybody to be part of the Israeli Center Command. We need, if you can make Israeli Commonwealth, we will be part of you, of this Commonwealth. We need to use, as Europe, they use euro, we want to use your money. All the central banks in the Fertile Crescent will be under your central banks. We are your population who are the best for the publicity. The road of a peace with Arab oil country goes through us. We love you and we respect you. We need you. We need you. We need you. Thank you. God bless Israel. We are lucky. It's a gift from heaven that we grow up and you are here. We come from every place in the world and you are here and you are the owners of these lands. It's your lands. These lands need to be saved. Thank you, and thank you very much.